Hello YouTubers, today I'm going to show you what I've been fixing up. Remember that video I showed you a few days ago about my room? Well, right here is a Stewart Warner radio. And I actually ordered tubes for this. I replaced 3 tubes. I replaced this guy, and this guy right here. This one's original to the set. But right now, I've been messing around with it. I have 3 D batteries warming the tubes up in here because this is, I guess, a farm radio. And then just 5 9-volt batteries. Excuse me on that. And I got some life coming out in here because I hear the speaker popping and the tubes are warming up. So I'm going to turn this knob. There's an AM broadcast on here. So here's these tubes right here. So we got some life in here. I know it's not loud enough because there's not enough power for the plate current. But this is amazing. You hear that? This has been in my family for a long time. And I'm looking at it and just messing around with it. This is the only station so far I'm getting.
I would desire no more.
Ooh, look at that.
And he became that. And it was said of Alexander the Great. He cried,
hear that?
"No more world to conquer." He could drink some.
Touching his ground wire.
Well, first, there's never enough.
All I'm doing is touching this ground wire right here. The antenna for the AM. This also got shortwave.
You'll thirst no more.
Now, I'm hoping that this doesn't have a silver mica disease in these tuning capacitors or whiskers in the pots. But it doesn't seem like it doesn't have any whiskers. And then right here, the replacement tubes I put in the tube set. I got this GE 1U5 tube, because that's one of the tubes that this uses right here. RCA, a 3V4 tube, and a 1R5, another GE tube. I got 2 GEs and 1 RCA. And they're made in the USA, which is pretty amazing. I spent maybe like $12, $16 on just those 3 tubes on eBay, which is amazing. So this is my progress so far on messing with this and fixing it up. And then here's the old tubes. I saved the old tubes because I don't want to throw them away because they're vintage and they're very hard to find. I know one of these I don't think wasn't bad, but I just considered replacing it. I put a little bit of nail polish on the top to mark which ones are the defected tubes. So here's these 3 right here. One of these was actually an RCA, and one of these is a Sylvania tube. I'm not sure what this one is. It's probably just a generic tube. And then this other guy right here is the original set to this radio. This guy was never bad. So, I hope you like this video, and I hope you subscribe to me. Have a nice. Okay, so I decided to film this part with the radio all put back together. So this was the radio that you saw on the bookshelf. I got, for right now, I only have 5 9-volt batteries still. And then just 3 D batteries. And then I put the back on. I had to modify this a little bit because this was modified previously. Earlier, before problems start. I cut this out. This was an old battery connector that this used back then, but this is kind of destroyed and I wouldn't want to use it. Although these 2 wires here are good. But so far, this is working. No capacitor problems. I know this knob's kind of scratchy I know this knobs get scratchy. You may have to jiggle it a little. Maybe one of my D batteries disconnected. That's the thing is I don't have a holder here, and right now I'm just having this collection of books hold this in place. There we go.
Today met with the media again. During the off day, they had a shoot around.
I got it pretty loud. Pretty loud for 5.9 volt batteries.
Game one.
This is about 45 volts right here. And then, yeah, I need 4 D batteries to get the tubes going.
A better game plan in game 2 and be able to execute it. So I've been a part of some resilient teams that's bounced back from a
Then I typed a little document and taped it in the back and crossed out some old stuff that really doesn't apply to this thing.
Last year he goes.
So right here,
I gave you the stats: the triple-double, 39 points.
Right here is. These are the tops of the 9 volt batteries, and I'll show you 9 volt batteries. See the top of the 9 volt battery? I took one of these old 9 volt batteries, took it apart, and took these 2 connectors off and cut it in half. Because I wanted to make connectors to plug these 9 volts in, so it could be like plug and play. So this, I cut this big end off and soldered a wire onto that connector, and this is where the negative will come into. And then this is for the red side. Going all down into there. I love the original wires. They're so old and they're falling apart. I just wanted to use replacement wire for the outside just because it'll last longer. And I color coded it too, so that way this wire will be used just for tubes, and then these 2 will be used for the plate power to power the radio up. And I noticed too that if I hook it onto a ground source, like for instance I just hooked it to the back of the computer just for the ground source, I receive better signal on this. But that's not a big deal because I know it's not going to be hardly used. But it's just been in my family for a long time. This is actually from the 50s. And it's pretty good for its age. Like, I know it sounds scratchy at the knob, but that's everything. Surprised it doesn't have no silver mica disease. I know it would be doing worse things. I know the shortwave doesn't work. Like, it's totally silent on shortwave, but I'm not sure if that's even used anymore. But AM works pretty fine on here. Let's change it to some other stuff. There's this station.
The pictures that he used to do. For sure.
This is a some of the stations are loud.
Or just call us.
Some Mexican music. Yeah, but this is all there is to this radio because they don't make those big batteries anymore that this used to use back then. But 9 volts could replace that. So there's going to be a new 9 volts installed on this. I'm going to probably put like 8 on this and see how it does. I know those D batteries are not fresh, but I'll mention that. So this will be going back to its home soon. It's all ready to go back home. So I hope you liked this video and enjoyed me exploring this old Stewart Warrant radio I fixed. And it's doing better. I hope you liked it. Subscribe to me.